Apparently food trucks have a thing with cheese.
Yeah, but I'm good with these.
Lay's cheddar jalapeno chips.
Cheesy with a kick.
Oh, wow, are you giving out samples?
Sure, I guess so.
Nice cheesy cake. So can I get alerts when you're serving in my area? Gotta have Lay's.
So for this commercial, one main thing that was emphasized is the crunch of the chip. So that kind of adds to the like auditory aspect of the flavor. And then they also said nice cheesy kick twice in the video, and that kind of emphasizes the taste. So yeah.
Beyond just the auditory cues, there were also the colors of the background were very similar to the bag and kind of tied in there.
Also, I don't know if we had discussed this earlier, but I noticed that there's like an appeal to the community. There's a feeling because there's so many people there that it makes it look like if you have this product, you're having a good time. So as social animals, that's definitely something that's attractive if you're trying to advertise a food effectively.
I definitely think there's like a sense of like smell, like to emphasize the sense of smell, like when she bit into the chip, you know, she definitely said there's like a kick of cheesiness, you know, so there's definitely like a sense of smell to it too. So that was very interesting.
Yeah, I just think for that one to basically sum up, the emphasis is definitely on the auditory, on the crunch for that first commercial.
Soy J Balvin, and I'm dropping my McDonald's order. Let go. Hey, Big Mac. Fries? Okay. I know you're my boy. J Balvin here. Get it on the McDonald's app, and the mayor is on me.
So I guess some initial thoughts on this one. There's definitely more of an emphasis on the visual factor, whereas in that first one, the technique was probably more focused on the auditory. So not only was it visual for the second one, but it was a combined sensory experience of the food, which included the taste, the odors, and trying to kind of create other feelings for those of us that are watching this commercial.
Sorry.
You're good.
Also, just to add on to what Jake was saying, the second commercial was just all about the background colors, the upbeat music. You couldn't hear it really well, but it was like J Balvin's music, and he was dancing to it, so that definitely added to the feel of just a more upbeat like energy and promoting obviously the Big Mac. Something that we thought from both commercials that they kind of shared in common was the mouth feeling that we sort of talked about in class, which not only includes other senses, but also factors like texture. So in the burger, we could see the sauce was dripping. The temperature, so in this one, the McFlurry, he kind of made a like, ooh, like after he got a taste of it, because to show us that it was cold. So that was like the coolness of the ice cream. And then in the other one, it was the spiciness or the hotness of the jalapeno chips.
And to add on to that, the temperature of the ice cream too, the background and the visuals were like a white color. So it kind of added to that overall just impression of that it was a very cool feeling. And even just the main person in that second commercial, basically their clothes and their overall just kind of appearance in accordance with the music as well kind of created that like appeal to pop culture, which kind of goes on to what I was saying on the first commercial about the community. This one is also trying to play a role in attracting from the community as well by appealing to that pop culture type of vibe.
I think there was also like a definite like more like in-depth visual aspect as well. Like you definitely can like there's a lot of symbolic colors too. Like the yellow represented the fries. You know, you had like the whites and the blacks representing Oreos and vanilla. And then you had like the red that was kind of like symbolic of like McDonald's as a whole and like the Big Mac and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think overall, in conclusion, this was definitely a more visual. I think that we had a lot of other connections, you know, with the culture, the senses as well that you feel like that correspond to the symbolic colors that go with it. And so, pretty much.
And it's just also the overall feeling that you get too. So like from the second one,
Yeah,
that
totally.
upbeat music and those like bright colors makes you feel happy, makes you feel like you want to get this. Whereas in the first commercial, it was more that community feel, kind of like an emphasis on togetherness. So both of those are kind of aiming to attract a specific audience. So I think that's very effective when it comes to food commercials.
And just to conclude and like to end off, just both commercials kind of got at the idea that we've been talking about in class about how flavor is a somatosensory experience that involves like all senses. We saw the first one focus more on the auditory, the crunchiness and the crispiness of the chip, and then the second one focused more on visual aspects and like bright colors, but it's this combined sensory experience that we get from these commercials.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's the combination of multiple senses working together. So it's that interplay of both the auditory, the smell, all of that type, all those senses working together to create the experience. Very well put, Sophia.